Hi, this video is in response to a video by Conference Report about the men's rights movement and feminism. Let me say, first of all, that I don't give a rip about the men's rights movement, and I think it's unnecessary. Um, but there are some things about some, and I emphasize some manifestations of feminism that frankly disturb me. One such manifestation is the motif among only some feminists that all men should feel guilty for what only some men do. Now, I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Back in the 1980s at the University of Delaware, I attended a conference that was entitled Changing Men, and there was some subtitle, but I don't remember um, what it was. But in any case, during this conference, a feminist made the claim that all men should feel guilty because some men rape. I challenged this claim, and the feminist, well, she screamed at me for quite a period of time. Now, nonetheless, I'm still a bit mystified by the notion that although I can feel outrage at the men that rape, and I do feel that, and although I feel terrible for the victims of rape, I don't get the idea that I should have feelings that are characteristic of taking personal responsibility for something I've never done. Why is inculcating in men that notion important to some feminists? I don't get it. I'll give you another example of what I'm talking about. In this case, it has to do with making claims about the being of men, um, uh, the constitutional characteristics of men that are extremely derogatory. At another conference I attended years ago, a feminist made the assertion that because the rates of domestic violence among men are so high, that must indicate that there's something constitutionally violent about men, that they are biologically determined in some fashion to be violent. I pointed out to this feminist that studies indicate that there is as much domestic violence among lesbian couples as a percentage of the population as there is among heterosexual couples. Well, he didn't take that well either. But again, I don't get why these kinds of assertions, these kinds of derogatory, demeaning assertions about men are necessary. Why is that important? Why is inculcating feelings of guilt among non-offenders important? I'll take responsibility for the things I've done, but I find no obligation to take responsibility for the things I haven't done. I'll take responsibility regarding the things I haven't done for trying to change the culture and address those instances where somebody has acted in ways that are awful, horrendous, and do what I can to deal with those individuals, which I actually have done in the past. Um, but I won't take personal responsibility for something I've never done. And I don't understand why many feminists, not all, but some feminists, have that kind of requirement.